So today I'm going to show you all how I deal with elbow tendonitis when it gets kind of bad. Lately I've been doing a little bit more volume, especially for my arms, trying to get swole, and so my elbow tendonitis has started to flare up a little bit, and it started to interfere with some of my arm training. So remember, your first line of defense for this, capsaicin, elbow sleeve. I'll link to my other video explaining how to use these. But sometimes you kind of slack off and you don't really realize it's a problem until it's too late, and then you end up at the point where the capsaicin doesn't really alleviate the pain, it just makes your elbow hot, and then your elbow's hot and it hurts, and that's not a good look. So when you get to that point, how do you deal with it without having to stop training completely? I think most people's first reaction is to start digging into these extensor muscles of the forearm, because that's kind of where it hurts, right up in here. I don't recommend that, and that's because I've found that it can get so tight and so gnarly up in here that you can't really get enough leverage and you can't self-inflict enough discomfort to really alleviate that. And so I recommend working with a professional for this really hot area. Tomorrow I'm going to work with my own chiropractor, Dr. Dwayne Davis, and I'll show you all how he can deal with that issue. But you can deal with other parts of the chain, from the wrist all the way to the shoulder, that can help to deal with the issue and can keep you pushing through until you can see a professional. So for this stuff, you're going to need a thumb, you're going to need a voodoo band. And we're going to start with the wrist. For this, what I want you all to do, straighten your arm as much as you can, really trying to lock out that elbow, and you're going to take the voodoo band, and you're going to wrap the voodoo band around your thumb, and you're going to stretch your thumb towards your pinky finger, all right? You're going to make a fist with your thumb inside your fist, trying to keep a straight line all through here. Then you're just going to wrap the voodoo band around your wrist while keeping your elbow as locked as possible. This does not have to be super tight because we're not wrapping a whole lot of area, and so you're still going to get a lot of compression even if you're not jacking up the band as much as it could be. I see a lot of videos like this where people try and wrap all the way up the forearm, and I just don't think it's necessary. Our goal here is to just get a little bit more mobility in the wrist so that it's not referring as much pain to the elbow. I find that when I do start to get this elbow tendonitis, it's because I haven't been keeping my wrist straight enough on my bench press, on my arm work, and all that causes the extensor muscles to work a lot harder and they start to get tight. So we're just trying to get a little bit more mobility in the wrist to alleviate that issue. Once you got your band on, and this should be pretty uncomfortable, we're going to start by stretching out the thumb. So you're going to keep your thumb stretched towards the pinky, and you're going to try and stretch down using your hand for a little distraction, a little extra stretch, and you should feel it right up in here. All right? You're going to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, and then you're going to go the other way for 20 to 30 seconds. Then open up your hand, grab your fingers, and you're stretched down. Again, trying to traction out a little bit and stretch down. Whew. And then the same way, up. Oh God, that is a beast. Sometimes what I like to do, if I need a little bit more, I get a table, or stool in this case. I'm going for forearm / bicep stretch here. I'm use my other hand to pin my wrist, and then I just lean back, lean into that stretch. Woo-hoo. That is beast. You want to keep that voodoo band on for 2 to 3 minutes total, not too much longer because you are cutting off blood flow to the hand here. All right? That is a beast. All right. So deal with the wrist. Now we're going to move up to the bicep. For this one, you're going to take your table or your stool, go into that same bicep stretch, but you don't need to get quite as much stretch in here. And you're going to feel for that split between the two bicep heads towards the upper insertion point. And you're going to dig your thumb in. Dig your thumb in there. What happens is when your extensor muscles get a little bit overworked, your bicep tries to compensate, and so you usually get some tightness in the bicep. Once you find that spot, you're going to do some unweighted curls, back and forth, just trying to get some active release in there. You may have to do this quite a bit. You should be able to feel though when the bicep starts to release, and you all can't see it, but my bicep is twitching right now. So you can get quite a bit of discomfort out by just doing this. All right, wrist, bicep. The third area, we're going to target the shoulder. I'm going to take my shirt off for this one. So for the shoulder, we're not actually looking at the shoulder muscles itself, we're looking for that bicep tendon insertion. which is up towards your armpit. Now you have to be careful because you do have some nerves that connect up here. Brachioradial nerves, some others I think. So if you start to feel that kind of nervy pain, back off. You should be able to feel where the tendon inserts, and it is pretty much a beast. So what you're gonna do, oh God, fuck. You're gonna use your thumb to pin the tendon insertion against the bone, or against the muscle, and you're just gonna do some internal and external rotation back and forth, trying to get some release in that area. Again, very uncomfortable, but it should give you a little bit of relief from the pain. Oh God. Whew. All right. These tricks really aren't gonna alleviate the pain completely. You really will need to see a professional or just give it enough time. Use your capsaicin, use your naproxen to kind of let that area heal. But it should be at least able to get you through your main lifts, your squat, your bench press, your deadlift, your overhead press. Back off on your arm work. This isn't the type of thing that you want to really push through too hard, and I find that arm work really exacerbates the issue. Some people say, hey, just do super, super high reps, lightweight, curls and extensions, trying to get some blood flow through this area. I find that doesn't help. If it helps you, great, stick with it. But I think you're better off just kind of backing off the things that really exacerbate the issue, get your core work in, not core work, but your main work in, and just deal with the problem as best you can without stopping training completely. Right? You don't want to get to that point. I'm putting links below if you need a voodoo band, if you need capsaicin, if you need any of the other crap. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have other solutions that really help this elbow tendonitis, because I don't want to back off my arm training. I want those 20-inch guns. So really appreciate y'all's feedback, and I hope this helped. Thanks for watching.